to mute him. I just have to mute him. There's no option. He's left me no choice. He has gone from 2,000% to minus 50% on the podcast side in one single cut.
Is
untenable.
Is this what we call a super pause?
It's time for a super. I'm going to super pause Chris's entire feed. I think. I wish Discord allowed me to do that. Just pause him. Just cut him out. Just give him a little timeout on the naughty step, and just let him think about what he's doing to the energy of this podcast.
God damn it! I'm so upset, guys. Sorry, everybody. Welcome to the FGR1 podcast. I'm just real peeved at the moment. We're joined today by Jack Orlando Wellington. I think that's your full name.
He made it.
Yes.
I'm proud.
And the pot.
I've got gin this
Why
time.
are you
Damn
so
it.
peeved? What?
Oh,
There's a high concentration
I just
of
sent
angst today.
my amazingly well thought out OC to the estate of A.A. Milne. And you want to know what they said? One of the most disturbing things I've ever read in my life. The picture horrified the children here. Please stop sending us mail. It's like they don't even appreciate their fans. God. I wish other people could make OCs about Winnie the Pooh just so they know how hard it is to get the respect from the A.A. Milne Foundation like I have. God, I'm just so upset, guys. I don't even think I can talk on this podcast.
Well, look, alright, hang on, Chris. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling like there's something we can do here. Not just to help you, but to help all the boys and girls at home who are struggling with towing the line between originality and perverse and eldritch, and want to really get an interesting,
Show those
cool
fuckers at the A.L. Milne Foundation.
Anyone can make a woodland creature, all right. But what about a platypus? What about an octopus?
I'm just saying.
What about a dinosaur?
I'm just
or
saying
a pterodactyl?
that wasps do lay their eggs in other creatures, and their young do burst out. So if my OC does that, then sue me, because that's how real life works.
Yeah, go and take it to David Attenborough, the king of nature, or something.
Jesus. God,
go and have an argument with him about it. Bloody A.A. Milne, you idiot. Is he even alive? I don't think he is.
Counterbalance on it.
I guarantee you're going to fall off that thing.
I will. I feel like I
fucking will. Well, okay. So I guess today's podcast is already sorted out. We're going to make a flowchart for deciding on what A.A. Milne,
this is exactly
Winnie the Pooh universe, Winnie the Pooh expanded cinematic universe OC character you are going to have. I'm loving the energy.
Ridiculous.
I'm loving the motion.
I'm
loving
standing
the dynamism.
for this entire podcast.
Moving around an awful lot. It's very good.
I'm sick
so
of
much more energy than normal. God, it's a miracle what a little bit of pork can do to a human.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to have my drink now.
Cheers. So, what's the first question you got to ask when talking about what Winnie the Pooh character you
I think
truly
really we
resemble?
need to determine setting. Are we doing this pre-Heffalump movie or post-Heffalump movie? Because that's really going to
That's
determine.
a very good question.
That's really going to.
I feel like pre.
Pre.
I think I agree.
Because or maybe this is something that we can ask people when they want to do it. So then they can really tailor their OC to whether they want to make it.
Yeah. One of the questions is: do you consider the Heffalump movie to be canon in the Winnie the Pooh expanded universe?
Do you consider?
I don't think the Heffalump. It's supposed to be an idea. It's supposed to be a concept, and I think it ruins the concept when you have people coming in here with their elephant OCs. Which, by the way, what's an elephant doing in the British countryside? Like, come on, guys! Jesus Christ, get your act together! It's supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to say something. It's supposed to mean something. And evidently, they don't understand what it means. I'm sick of it. Jesus. But yeah, I think it's really important because some people do, and if they want to believe in the inferior canon, then they can do that. That's their prerogative. I'm just saying that they are wrong. C.S. Lewis would never do something like this, by the way. Whenever I've said stuff to him, he's very considerate. They were like, we're loving the Christian imagery, really pump it in there. We hate J.R.R. Tolkien. It's brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, we've got that all sorted. So. Brilliant. So I guess we should
Do you consider the Heffalump movie canon? What are our two options?
Yeah, of course. Stamp on me, Daddy.
Yeah.
No, you fucking idiot. Have you ever seen Shropshire? Simple.
Brilliant.
Exactly.
Good.
Now, I'm realising this is the exact wrong type of box, but you know what? I don't give a shit about flowchart concept.
Honestly,
it's all a rhombus.
Honestly,
it's rhombuses all the way down.
I think within this flowchart, the two options are so divisive that they may as well be two separate flowcharts in themselves. And having them as two rhombuses.
Well, the problem is they need to be new questions, but they aren't.
Yeah,
it's fine.
But it's going to lead to two completely different options. That
yeah.
I think the fact that they are rhombuses doesn't actually matter.
Okay, so what's the right? So we're gonna start with no. The Heffalump is not canon. Have you ever been to Shropshire?
Okay.
Nary a Heffalump around.
Since we're living in the fucking reality of this question, let's go with something sensible that everyone can get behind, such as: does your OC live a nomadic or sedentary lifestyle?
Yeah.
For example,
nomad.
Rabbit
or
owl, the bloody kangaroos.
All
classic British wildlife here. Now, they all live a sedentary lifestyle, like the animals would predict, whereas people, for example, like Piglet or Tigger or Eeyore, they don't have homes. They're nomadic boys. They sleep in the wild.
That's how. That's absolutely real.
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly.
None of them have homes.
Exactly. Winnie the Pooh does have a home. I've got to add him on the home list. Add him on there. Christopher Robin doesn't have a home. He's a human. People don't have homes. We're hunter-gatherers.
Right.
That
what can I say?
Is the zinger for the podcast right there. Humans don't have homes. We're hunter-gatherers.
We obviously hunt the woodland creatures like Winnie the Pooh.
I met Winnie the Pooh once. Stabbed a spear through his eye.
Fucking spearfish him immediately.
He was delicious. And
look at his lovely pelt. I want to make it into a skirt.
I'm wearing a shirt right now beneath this jumper.
I'm realizing why you make them boxes. Nah, they're all rhombuses. Sorry. Sorry, G's.
Jesus.
Have fun deciphering this flowchart at home.
Mate, if it was legible, look, it's a test in of itself, okay? Nomad.
Only those who can decipher the flowchart truly earn their OC.
Hell yeah. Okay, nomad or dweller. Right. So we're going to go with nomad first. Right. If it's a nomad.
Don't know whether people at home will be able to see this. Here's Christopher Robin nailing a fucking tail to the back of donkey. No wonder he's
upset. That's pretty hardcore.
That's what pre-canon was like. It wasn't trying to appeal to a wider audience.
It was brutalistic.
It was brutal. It was real. It was raw.
It was real. It was savage
just
nature.
Just before they spit roast Dior and cooked him over an open fire. Emotional story there. Real consequences.
It's one of the lost episodes. It gets very Lord of the Flies.
I'll pop down my reference book back here for later.
Right, if they're nomadic and they don't consider the Heffalump canon, the next logical question is to ask them, are they a toast or cereal person?
And that's something that only a sedentary creature would be able to
ask.
No,
so the nomads, it's more like berry or mushroom.
100% there, that's perfect. Exactly what I want to
Right, okay, we'll say toast or cereal is very much the...
I can see that homely, somebody understands.
Sorry, I've got them the wrong way around. Berry
or carrion.
Yeah.
You know, do we like dead animals or do we like berries?
of course.
I'm sure the owl, personally, is enjoying a little bit of
I can tell you from
roadkill
experience,
from time to time.
much easier to hunt already dead animals.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
live ones
It's,
get
you know,
away so quickly.
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Chase it or just pick it up?
It's only because Winnie the Pooh was so slow I managed to... He was so fast.
Some of them are scuttly little bastards.
Yeah,
Have you seen that
Piglet,
fucking
it's
gopher?
Fucking, I couldn't get him. He was just darting through the legs.
Just dives into those little holes in the tree.
He's in my attic at the moment and I can't find the fucker to get him out. He's scampering whenever I go to sleep. Going, why are you doing this to me? Shut up!
Okay. So I think so Heffalump canon or not canon, based on right. So if we're going for nomad or dweller for the nope Heffalump ain't real route, I think for the Heffalump side of things we've got to go for a slightly more fantastical approach of.
I mean, at this point, do
you
you
believe in
like
magic?
post-apocalypse or sci-fi? Because at this point,
Well,
who knows?
Post-apocalypse.
Post-apocalyptus or
or spacefaring sci-fi adventure. Because at this point, who knows what they're going to be doing? Jesus.
or sci-fi delic.
Do you know Winnie the Pooh in the last movie went to Mars? I read it on the Onion, so
Nobody wants to talk about it. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
There's Ewan McGregor picking up Hayley Atwell, and they just blast off into the stratosphere.
I mean,
and off they go on their merry way.
I mean, what's next?
What's that about?
What's next?
Fox News isn't even going to dare talk about that, are they?
What next?
No chance.
Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Crew go and do an adventure where there's superheroes and Dick Dastardly from Wacky Races is the main villain. Hanna-Barbera wouldn't do something as stupid as that.
They brought John Cena into those movies.
Don't you get started. I'll have you know, he's now in the Fast and Furious verse, which means we can't talk about him.
And they got Kiss.
And they got Kiss.
Jesus, they're really...
And there was that movie where one of the members of Kiss kissed John Cena. Maybe that was a dream, I don't know. But still, maybe we should investigate that.
It's worth it, right? So, post-apocalyptus or psychedelic.
Yeah.
Now, personally, I'd probably go for psychedelic, but post-apocalyptus sounds pretty fun.
If you're going down this route, I mean, you might as well be living in a fantasy world.
Oh no, that's exactly it. This is the fantasy side of the A.A. Milne verse.
Where they fucking jump the shark.
Exactly. All right, so we should probably bring that up. Maybe you're a shark.
Yeah.
I might as well. They'll just be walking around 100-acre wood like they can breathe air.
Yeah, of course.
Wasps
I've seen that one Suicide Squad video game
Wasps
character.
can breathe
I've
air.
seen
They
Sharknado.
exist in the natural world.
Yeah.
I just can't believe my wasp OC didn't get through.
Are you sure you don't want to sit down?
I'm
I've
committed to a bit here.
He's
this will not end
committed.
until this episode is done, which, looking
It's
at
just
the timer, is like an hour away.
Oh yes.
There's a lot of flapping, and I'm just worried that you're going to damage yourself in some way by the end of this.
If I damage
He
myself,
might do.
the pain will not be equal to the amount of pain I got after I read that letter. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it might hurt
I'm in a
physically,
lot of trouble
but
there.
it won't hurt emotionally, where it counts.
I see. Yeah, I can see that. That's fair. Good luck is all I can say.
You're going
If only these hay
over the
fever
course of this
relief
podcast,
tablets
you're going to
could-
enjoy the many rhombuses of Jacko W.
I just wish these
got a lot of them.
hay fever relief tablets could relieve my heart. I'm going to turn on my
condense
calming
things down.
rock
Right,
salt lamp.
post-apocalyptus. Right, if we're post-apocalyptus, what's the next logical question for this OC? Heffalump's real. We're in the post-apocalypse.
I don't know. I mean, who knows at this point?
Who would you most want to? Who would you consider travelling with? Brian Blessed.
Optimal travel. Yeah.
I mean, it might as well. The Doctor.
or-
Or Doctor Who.
Or David Tennant Doctor.
David
Doctor
Tennant
Who.
Doctor.
Or Brian Blessed.
Because it might as well. Because at this point, they can just put anything into that canon, and everyone will believe it. Because at this point, it made fucking Heffalumps real. Don't even know what to do with myself. I'm so angry and pent up and angry and annoyed and angry and angry. And all that I've got on Google Images
David,
is cursed Winnie the Pooh images that I can scroll through.
that's a good start. I spelled tenant wrong, but we're gonna change it. It's annoying me too much. Is it 2 N's or 1 N?
It's
Is
2
he a
N's.
tenant?
And then
It's 2 N's. I thought it was 2 N's.
It's 2 N's, but if you're watching the movie, it's 1 N.
There's no movie with Doctor Tenant in it.
Yeah, it's Tenet.
Idiot.
I don't know whether you've been out there. Released during
Fuck
coronavirus. Christopher Nolan directed it. It's a pretty good movie.
Now, my only problem with this is that Doctor Who is slightly more useful in a post-apocalyptic situation than Brian Blessed.
Yeah,
Well,
but are people
it's
who really
Brian
believe
Blessed.
that the Heffalump movie is canon, that they're really going to be thinking that logically? I don't think
Granted,
so.
there's not a lot of logical decisions being made
Exactly.
here. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't understand why.
I think the best thing you could
anyone
do is
would
go with the Doctor so they could take you before the Heffalump movie was made.
You can go back in time. Doctor, yeah, no, that's a good point. Actually, we should probably just move this over here then.
What you need between the Doctor question and
Is
like, the
to
next
try and
This should just
link
end you up
it
here.
back over to
Yeah.
the
I was gonna say
correct
is-
timeline.
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing.
is a
here, but
question just saying,
there we go, got an
do you want?
Do you regret your life choices thus far? Back onto the right side. No, continue
There we
into
go.
the shithole you've been digging yourself into.
Doctor Who, straight back to No You Fucking Idiot, have you seen Shropshire? Because we've gone before time, before the Heffalump canon.
Well, hang on. Doesn't it go after the no you fucking idiot question?
Well, I think we
before
have.
Alright,
the-
fine, Matt.
Yeah.
Just
There we
he's not that much of a dick.
I think if you have
at
a
least put you
split-
in the right. He's not going
I
to fry
think-
your brain by
I
going.
think you have a
"Look,
split
true.
path of do you choose to go back to the original timeline, or is your OC some
Okay,
sort
back in
of
time or
fucking
forward in
alien?
time?
Because might as well
Back in
just
time or forward
eliminate,
time?
just chalk off one of the sections. Because if you're adding Doctor Who into this whole equation, like just like what the fuck am I supposed to say to that? Like, Jesus Christ.
Do you?
Back
I mean, I think a question of do you regret your life choices is quite open ended enough to.
I'm just going to put regret question mark.
Regret question
Do you-
mark. Yes.
Do you
no,
regret the decisions you
aliens.
make?
You get an alien
yeah,
OC.
like,
Because at that point, why? not?
Okay. And based on this, you either go up to Psychedelic. Oh, it did it. There you go. Genius. It knows what I want.
or he
And then
goes.
we do this. Bloop.
He goes.
and then it goes
up
right
to,
here.
Yeah. Doctor Who has saved the timeline.
As he always does, the good boy.
Yeah.
Have you heard the good news?
Oh.
I need to put some text in, I'm realising. No.
You know, guys, I just really hope they don't put their Heffalump in the Muppets. I've already lost it. I can't read that as well. It's ridiculous.
Okay, does this make sense? I think so. Right, now, so, we'll come back to Brian Blessed in a second. Right, Psychedelic. Now, we may or may not be there, travelling around the 100 Acre Woods with David Tennant as Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
We may not be. Either way, we're in the Psychedelic Heffalump universe. What's the next question that would logically be asked? I think, personally, it's do you think that is there sin still?
Do you
Fine.
believe
Sin
in
made
sin?
it.
If we don't want to be so blunt about it, but some questions need to be asked if you're.
Has sin been vanquished?
Even for the people who, because the people who have gone for sci-fidelic in the first place, they're at least
So
more,
this-
there's a character growth going on within the person
Yeah.
within this flowchart.
Absolutely,
Already.
yeah. We're asking some real pressing decisions. I think ultimately what we're saying when we say has sin been vanquished is we're saying is this a cyberpunk 100 Acre Wood, or is this more like a sort of hopeful Overwatch-esque kind of positive outlook on the future, where sin has finally been punched right in the balls. And yes, of course, sin was Heffalump all along.
Yeah.
Because there's
And
no Heffalumps
we put him in a
Overwatch.
fucking punji trap, and the guy is dead as shit. There's no elephants in... Yeah, it's canonical. There's no elephants in Overwatch.
Yeah, nor Heffalumps, which is more
Not
important.
Heffalumps, no, true.
Though
Very
elephants also don't exist. But you know, it's a small price to pay.
No, welcome to Night City,
Price to pay.
as the 100 Acre Wood is now called.
100.
I believe the 100 Acre Wood is now called Havana.
Oh, I like that map. What was that you just said?
100
That was very
Night
good.
City.
Welcome to 100 Night City.
The city of eternal darkness.
Which of course is run by the crime boss Winnie 3000.
No,
Win
I think-
3000.
Win
I think
3000.
the
Win ZIP.
So, for the Overwatch part, I think we can just get straight to the answer. Are you a gorilla, are you a hamster, or are you a goat?
Well, yeah, no. It's do you
Goat.
Yeah.
do you prefer two? No, it's do you prefer
You
two?
haven't heard of goats in Overwatch?
No,
I have heard of goats.
it's
However.
it's
That's a different
it's
thing.
2 legs or 4 legs.
Two
Yeah,
legs or 4 legs.
2
yeah.
legs or 4 legs, and then you just have one more deciding question of splitting between gorilla or the other one that isn't goat.
Well, gorilla's got
One
2
more.
legs. The hamster and goat.
But they walk on 2 legs, don't they?
Yeah, gorillas walk on 2 legs. And 2 arms.
Or at least and 2 arms, but it's still only 2 legs technically.
It's still
Whereas
only
a
2
goat
legs, technically.
definitely walks on 4 legs.
Look,
Can you
last
jump
time
good? Question
last
mark.
time I looked at a goat, it wasn't bipedal yet. So, humanity's safe for now.
Goats aren't going to take over the universe just yet.
Do you know how dominant goats were in Overwatch? Imagine if they were bipedal, how much they could achieve.
It's true.
Scary thought.
Oh, I've
Scary
changed my
thought.
mind on these. These need
Not
to
as
be.
scary of this picture that I have, just to represent my anger, of Winnie the Pooh lying down and a Tigger xenomorph coming out of his belly, just like my
Do you really?
OC wasp would be coming out.
Can you
of
do
Winnie the
like
Pooh's
a
belly.
can you do like a little weather report kind of thing for me to really like
Yeah.
describe the shape of the?
Here we have Winnie the Pooh's legs. These are his feet. I can squeeze both of those. Then up there we've got
Cheeky.
the legs, and then here we've got the big belly. We can see his shirt's kind of been rolled up to here. His arms down here, and over here we've got a little patch of blood. They come with the arm end here. And here we have Winnie the Pooh's face. Here's his nose and his mouth, which is kind of smiling at the moment as he's looking up with those 2 lovely eyes and double eyebrow. He's got his ears down at the bottom. And then from here we see the organs twisting out of the body where this massive hole is, right here. And Tigger's kind of protruding out.
Have you
as it
really
kind of
found this? This is a
hunches
hell of a.
over, and you kind of see Tigger's looking dead eyes. Well, actually, he's not looking dead eyes. He's looking actually above Winnie the Pooh. You're tracing the eye line. And his mouth looks big and open, like he's about to eat Winnie the Pooh's nose. Which is something, that wouldn't happen in my, OC, because I'm not saying that Tigger would do that. That's ridiculous. Tigger's based in a tiger, and tigers don't have that kind of biological function. And it's just something to kind of represent the wasp OC that I would have been making. But this kind of activity is something that you probably see on the other timeline, when a Heffalump does exist. Because
I think it
that's
also
probably
sounds
the
like you
reason.
can certainly relate to the emotions that are evoked by that sort of imagery are
Yeah.
tangible to how you're feeling right now, and
Yeah.
very frustrated, and you just want to burst out of your Winnie the Pooh cocoon. With all that rage.
Exactly.
I can see it. I can see it in you.
I found out recently that there are some species of wasps that are microscopic, and they're still parasitic entities.
Oh yeah, you were telling me.
Yeah, it's pretty
Mike,
crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Lost. Who
Pretty
Yeah.
crazy. Right. Here's the next logical question. So basically, has sin been vanquished? Yes. If yes, can you jump good? Kinda. You're an anarchist hamster. Yes.
Mhm.
You're a guerrilla scientist. Not even a little bit, but I will fight you. You're a goat.
Goat.
And yes, I did make sure that it's plural. You are multiple goats. You are
are
in
a
a goat's
goat.
hive
want
mind.
to suggest something, so
You
You are a
it's-
herd of goats
despite
that
the
acts in
fact-
unison with brute force
Yeah.
and
Your
savagery.
hive mind
likes of which-
goats.
The likes of which the 100-acre cybernetic
Meta.
corporation has never seen
You
before.
are ramming into those trees and knocking them down
Yeah.
left, right, and centre.
Yeah, you are forced for
terrorising
deforestation.
You're terrorising the neighbourhood.
I mean, as ridiculous as this timeline is, I'm pretty sure they are not stupid enough to ignore the fact that goats hunt in packs.
So now, welcome to welcome to 100 Night City, City of Eternal Darkness. The obvious next question is cybernetic implants, yay or nay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or nay?
Now, what do we think? What do we think
Remember.
both of those lead to? So, not under any circumstances.
I think it is
Nature is
like the
nature is the
sinful
true
individual I am.
something.
I refuse to have technology make this setting interesting, as do I think the canon of the Heffalump is a superior canon. Or you have the yes, I'm just memeing and I do like to have a bit of fun, but cybernetic Winnie the Pooh.
This is so you're offering the partaker in this flowchart one last chance at redemption.
On this branch.
I think if
On
they
this-
decide not under any circumstances, it makes sense for them to be part of a religious cult that venerates the Heffalump as the one true savior
Yeah,
of 100 Night City.
yeah.
So a cult
I think-
of tapirs.
What?
You know, tapirs.
Yeah.
I'm just
Are
gonna
you
say yes.
following
I'm not-
us?
I don't want
Are
to
you
answer that
actually
question. I don't want to. I
taking
don't.
this seriously? Because this is serious to
I'm
me.
taking this more serious than
Then
you
answer
could
the
ever
man's
believe.
goddamn question.
Don't you dare even ask me that ever again. So, cybernetic implants.
Yes.
What cybernetic implants? And also, what animal are you? Yeah. Like, what animal gets cybernetic implants?
Crocodiles.
Snakes and crocodiles.
Crocodiles. For any reptile,
Yeah,
basically.
reptiles. Because
so-
I think that's the only way you're really going to be getting reptiles
Maybe like
into Winnie the
maybe
Pooh
like
canon.
yeah.
It's true.
Maybe like
Well, I think we should. Okay, we should say fangs. No, that's not good. What's a crocodile have?
legs.
Jaw power. They do also have legs. That's good. That's a good point. Maximum jaw strength or maximum
brute
fang
strength.
punch.
Well, yeah, brute strength or subtlety through other means, like
That
biting
makes
them,
perfect sense.
or poisoning them, or constricting them. Like, well, that's kind of brute strength.
Why don't we
but
put it
different?
snake-like or not snake-like?
Aggressive or cunning.
To snake
Aggressive
or not
or
to snake.
the personification of Satan in the book Genesis.
And then
The
we
Book of
put
Genesis.
Yeah, maybe. Because I think that's not as
we
on
put
the
never
nose as
in all
cunning.
caps. And then we put hiss.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
works as well.
I don't know what's going on here. Oh, I've clicked some buttons. Oh no. There we go. Okay. Right. Which one is the snake? What kind of snake is it? Describe the snake that you are now.
It's
Cobra.
It's a. s-
Your Cobra
yeah,
Commander.
It is a mechanical snake, so I think it could be any snake, and it probably just has the metal implants to take on the traits of all other snakes. We've got the rattle tail, boa constrictor body, venomous fangs,
We've got
cobra
python.
things. It's just each snake kind of takes on the.
So you're the
properties to make
apex
you-
snake
yeah,
monster.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like a basilisk, big
Which-
snake.
You are Operation Basilisk.
Yeah.
A conglomerate of snakes who have unified together
Basilisk.
to form the ultimate battle snake.
The apex snake hunter of man.
And killer of small rodent.
Killer of small rodent. Okay, we're
Chris-
making excellent progress
I'm
here.
glad.
Chris is working up a sweat here. It's really
Yeah.
bad. I can see.
It's just the jungle was a bit too hot for this time of day, so I had to dump it.
Oh, this is meant to be a. Oh, he's lagged out. He's done. He's
He
dead.
is dead.
He's gone.
He has died.
He's
we'll
absolutely
get him
done.
back in a minute. It's fine.
Wow, this is
I need to
terrible
copy paste
news.
this
They froze.
and delete it. Hold
I
on.
froze and I
Then
froze.
put it in a box because it's the final
Oh,
one.
this audio's going to get cut out.
And then bloop.
Typical.
Okay.
Brilliant.
It's
So
exactly
if
what
it's
I expected.
no for what was the question again?
It was never.
Never for
What, to snake or not to snake?
to snake or something.
So I think
Hello,
this is
guys.
the
Important here.
other reptile answer, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Have the lawyers got to you?
Well, if we say it's more of a lizard, I think people.
There he
can-
is. Oh, he's back. There he is. Oh, look, everybody.
Jesus, I
Look, there he is.
thought
There he is.
AML got to you guys.
No, we would never, we would never, we would never do that to you, buddy.
No, not at all. No chance.
We stand by you.
It's not about what
in
I do.
all
It's
your
about
highs and
what AA
lows.
Milne would try and do to you if you found out you helped me in this endeavour.
Yeah, he would come
I
after
thought
us at
they
the
were
vengeance.
really
But
good.
look,
We're part of the resistance now. This is
Yeah,
a-
we-
this
we
is
all
a-
know- we
this
all
is a
know-
brotherhood.
And like you.
we all knew the risks we were taking. Okay, it's
Yeah.
And he's
Unlike
gonna
you
get
two,
it.
there's nothing
Let's
here
go
to
back.
indicate where I am, whereas you guys have got identifying things in your background, so.
It's alright.
What
I'm
I
moving soon. He's got. He's got. I'll give him a
Good.
3-month head
Good.
start.
okay. Right, crocodile. Or well, what's the yeah? To snake or not snake? Right. So we believe in cybernetic implants,
Yeah.
but we are not a snake.
Then you're a crocodile.
Is it? But
Yeah.
like what kind of snake? What kind of crocodile?
An alligator.
You're the alligator crocodile. Brilliant.
You are crocodile the alligator.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Crocodile.
Oh, I'm an alligator. The kind of ridiculous
What
shit
more
that
do you
would go
want
on in
from
the
me?
Heffalump canon. So sorry guys. Normally when I'm on a podcast try to keep an upbeat attitude and try not to get stressed out, but you're really seeing me freaking the fuck out today. And you know, I just really feel like I'm letting the side down.
I've never seen so much energy from you. It's amazing.
What am I doing?
We've got him under immense pressure.
Embarrassing myself.
Don't worry, Chris. You're gonna make it through. We're gonna
through
get this
together.
finished.
It's
I'm an
okay.
emotional wreck. I'm going between anger and joy and sadness, and I'm going through the whole spectrum.
The other one.
And I'm only doing that to cover myself in terms of any criticism in the YouTube comment section. If this episode is to get released, which of course it is, because you're going to hand it to those AML fuckers.
Oh, what have I done?
You've opened a new-
Damn it! Oh, thank God, I thought AML replaced the flowchart with the entire site of Google.
It
It's
goes,
good.
He has the power. I've seen him do
That's
it
the
before.
power. I mean, he released the Heffalump movie. At that point, what else can he do?
I dread to think.
I don't think there's any bounds to the man who can do that.
Okay,
What did you
so
want?
we have completed. We've completed this. Right now, cybernetic implants. Not under any circumstances. Nature is pure. Praise be to the Heffalump. We've
Disgusting.
clearly ventured into some kind of Heffalump cult-like
Society.
entity. What? Yeah, exactly. What sort of creatures do you think
What
would
sort of
inhabit this?
perverse
Well, we said
fucks live in
tapirs.
this reality.
Exactly. What kind of a what
But
kind
I
of
can
a
also
heathen?
see. I can also see like something like the tick birds, and you know the ones that live on rhinos and pick all the flies off of the out their like eyelids.
Okay.
But you know those kind of things. Some tapirs, which are basically just baby elephants, and
That's the loudest toilet flush.
I'm sorry, it's right
I've-
outside my room. And
It's fine.
do you know
What's bizarre about it?
If you
is that
tell
I've
me a
literally
tic-tic
never
bird
heard
is
it
in the new
before.
canon, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Please tell me there's no tic-tic birds in the new canon.
Don't do the don't. Come on, please. For the love of all that is holy, please.
No, I can't emotion. I'll be on the floor. I'll be running. I'll be screaming. I can't take it. Look me in the eyes. Damn it, there's no fucking tick birds.
No, look, I'll be honest. I don't think there's any tick birds. I do
Thank
think
God!
I've heard rumours that there might be some
Sorry,
Galapagos
guys, just got a little bit
finches.
emotional there. You know, it's just.
I don't know if that's gonna annoy you or rub you the wrong way.
I'm sorry.
But
It doesn't
the
matter what you
Galapagos
said in the last
finches
30
are there.
seconds because my headphone fell out
You've
of my
blacked
head.
out.
So.
You've blacked out. Yeah, no, I know, it's fine. So, right. I think the exact sort of thing that is gonna follow a Heffalump cult is something weak, something small.
I still stand by the tapir. It's just a weak, small baby elephant.
It is just a shit elephant. I've got to give it to him. Or one of those fucked antelopes.
What about a
with the
capybara?
Capybaras.
Not a
Capybaras are
capybara.
the biggest.
Come on, lads.
They don't
They're the
belong.
biggest-
They don't deserve to be.
bloody
in.
dog.
Don't throw them
They're the
into
biggest
Heffalump
rubbish
If there's
thing.
a
They're
capybara
the biggest
against any
tiny
rodent,
animal.
and it will fucking eat it. If it was a carnivore, which it's not, it's a herbivore. But if you thought about it, like it could
Not for
have
too
No.
long.
if it had to.
No, we're not thinking about.
You know.
I don't know if you noticed, Christopher. Thinking is not an option.
Like, if-
alright?
if-
We're
if-
just
but
going
if-
forward, no backsies.
But if you did think about it, like it would be any rodent.
It would beat any road. That's
Yeah,
quite the point I'm
exactly,
making.
that's
So
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
it would
So I
rise to
think-
the top of the underclasses of this society.
I think maybe.
And it would form
if
a
you
cult.
want to go down the rodent line, or even maybe like a marsupial, like a wallaby. I think a wallaby.
Yeah,
could
well, no,
be
look, the
like-
thing I didn't want to go with rats because
A
rats are
wallaby is
generic.
just a
Everyone,
shit
everyone always thinks
kangaroo,
rats.
and they already have kangaroos.
We can do something better with wallabies.
Yeah.
I
think
have
what-
something else that
I literally just saw a video earlier today of a wallaby who was he was in a zoo. He'd been fed a carrot, and he's nibbling on it. And he's had so many carrots nicked off of him because he's so pathetic that the other wallaby just comes up and yanks the carrot off of him and starts eating it whole.
I like that.
The wallabies-
That wallaby.
the wallabies live in a tough, brutal society. I think they make more sense to be the sort of people that would travel with Brian Blessed through the wastes of the 100-acre desert.
No,
You know?
I think we're talking. I think wallabies are definitely they're bargain tier.
I think a more
I think-
hardened
Bargain tier.
Yeah.
wasteland traveller is something.
Yeah, that's what I'm
like-
feeling.
I
Like an
I
ostrich.
saw a
maybe.
wallaby
Yeah, an
once. You want to know what I
ostrich or-
thought? Small.
They are, yeah, exactly. Just small. It's just,
Yeah.
you know.
Put it
The
up
wallaby
against the
cult of
kangaroo.
Heffalump. No, the Heffalump cult of
It's the
wallabies.
Heffalump cult.
Of wallabies.
Okay.
When I
Rolls
think
off the tongue.
Heffalump-
We need a-
perfectly.
We need a second creature in this underclass of wallabies and
tapirs.
what's the other pelicans?
Well,
He said tapirs, but
can't say.
No, he said pelicans.
Can't say pelicans. Like, I mean, I know we're saying wallabies, but not going.
Pelicans
that
are like-
ridiculous.
Pelicans are like the Uber driver of the 100-night city. You know, they ferry people around, I think, because they've got the big,
Yeah,
the
but do
big
you
gullet.
think that a taxi service is going to get involved in geopolitics? I
No.
just think
In
they're
a
one
cult.
of the
Not at all.
working class boys who are wandering around trying to do an honest.
I
thing.
They're
think-
doing.
the thing
They're
is,
in there.
like, the thing with
They're
the-
in there shoveling the shit every day.
Yeah.
They are. They are paragons of society,
The
and they
thing
keep the cogs turning. I
I'm
don't
just
think
saying,
they have
thing
time
with,
for cults.
The thing with the tapir is I think that they will be raised on the idea of the Heffalump being like this godlike
Yeah.
figure.
Kind
within
of like
I like that.
society.
thinking
Yeah.
that the trunk's so big, you know, it's kind of like a
You know,
mass
because
racial
their ancestors are
inferiority
going to have
complex.
drawn this sort of like godlike complex of the Heffalump to themselves,
It's got a,
and
So,
it's just been passed
Hoppy
down.
weakling,
it's got a point.
Hoppy weakling, or runty heffalump.
Devout.
Runty
Devotee.
heffalump.
I
devout.
think we call it the Heffalump Parade, do we not? From the classic
The heffalump
song,
what?
The
Parade.
Heffalump on Parade. And then
Runty
Winnie the Pooh
heffalump
movie,
parade
not
devotee.
The Heffalump one, the better one, which is canon.
'Kay.
And I know what you're saying at home. Am I confusing Dumbo and Pink Elephants on Parade? No.
Probably not.
100%
That'd be
got it
impressively
right.
stupid to say.
It's stupid to say.
Do I look like an idiot? I didn't think so.
Don't answer that.
Don't even need to answer that because we all know the answer.
This is a bad arrow. Look, I don't know if you can see the bad arrow, but the arrow's very bad.
That's a bit of a messed up arrow. Even I.
To be
can
fair,
see
as
that.
long as
It's a mess.
as long as the bad arrow's not on the good side of the timeline, it's perfectly fine.
There we go. Yeah, it makes sense to be on the sinful area.
Okay.
Right. You are Kanga, but worse.
Doesn't this
Simple.
need to be in a square box?
Also, you. Oh, for fuck. Yeah, right.
Just-
Also, you have an iPhone
No.
because you're in the future. iPhone. What are we saying? 23, 34.
No, I think it's called
200?
the iPhone Zero. Because
iPhone
that's,
Zero.
That's how tech works.
That is how tech works.
That is
I
how
couldn't
tech
put it better myself, Matthew. What a genius! You know what?
If
Let's take a
anyone
moment to
knows
just
how
appreciate
tech
what Matt
works,
just said.
I'm pretty sure it's check
It's
out.
the gym. I'm putting the class back into podcast.
Yeah.
I'm putting the class in podcast.
Myself
Get me
and
more
the
gin.
pot have had
Gin.
pretty thorough discussions about this. If anyone knows about technology, it's you, Jack Howe. I trust you.
I do know a lot about
You know
technology.
so
I
much
know that
about
iPhone Zero
technology.
would be really good
I'd
at
say
like
it's in his top 3.
buttons would be amazing.
Traits.
top 3 technologies in the
I
world.
think you just
Jack Howe is
all
one.
technologies. Think you just
There's
a
like-
computer whiz.
Uploading,
Yeah,
downloading.
exactly. I mean, you might
Mid-loading?
not fully understand
Unloading.
the alphabet, grant you that, but when you get to a
Preloading.
keyboard,
Especially if it's made
Simple.
of wood.
yeah,
Look at this keyboard. This keyboard is rainbow. What does that
Exactly.
say?
that's incredible.
That says
That's my Jack O'.
I'm a professional.
Still a bit of an upgrade there.
that's some 109 acre bull city town cyberpunk nonsense that is.
Oh, hang on. You don't want to go there.
Just-
Have you just admitted to considering the Heffalump canon in the?
Oh god, I'm sorry. Chris is gonna kill me.
I'm so glad. I don't know what I missed out on with my headphone being out of my ear, but
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Right,
Nothing
okay,
at
I'm gonna
all.
put here. I'm just gonna put hops asterisk hops.
Hops and Shaw.
Don't you start.
Hops and Claw.
Don't you start.
Hops and Paw.
I'm pretty sure that's you're describing Zootopia right now.
Yeah, Hops and Paw.
yeah.
Hops and paw. That's exactly it.
Zootopia. And the subtitle
That's a
is
podcast
Hops
idea.
and Shaw.
Somewhere in there is a podcast idea, surely.
Recreating the script of Hobbs and Shaw with whatever the two main
Zootopia?
characters of Zootopia are. It's the same plot, just furry.
So we have hops and we have praise, and those are the two. So you're Kanga but worse, and also you have an iPhone Zero. And then what? Hit me with the tapir description. What? Describe the tapir. Break me off a slice of the tapir.
You have been raised
OC.
on a life of worship, devotion,
And inferiority.
and inferiority. Yeah. Life is but a journey.
What was it like? Worship, devotion, and
Inferiority.
inferiority. Oh god. I feel like we're saying some things about religion here.
Life is but a conduit to
Uh oh, Chris is being scary. Hang on.
the.
Life is
Life is but a conduit
but
to
a-
a better place.
conduit to the Hefferlands.
Yeah, the Heffalumps. Praise be Heffalump. Amen.
Okay. What particular choice do we want to tackle next? We've got Brian Blessed. We've got the Dweller
Right,
questions.
so we've
We've
either
got
got.
Berry or Carrion.
so-
Either way, we're changing tack an awful lot.
So
So I
we've
want you
either-
to get
I feel-
out of your minds all of the cyberpunk nonsense. That's all gone.
Oh,
I
wait a
mean,
minute.
We're straight
Chris,
back to
Chris,
the 100-acre wood.
Chris,
Okay.
How do you feel? Are you still mad at the Heffalump, or do you want to put that on the back burner for now and move on to a more normal?
If I was
rounded-
boiling earlier, the water's simmering.
Good. I'm glad. Are you considering sitting down at any time?
Let's
Maybe it'll bubble up again.
let's
Rage
let's,
it
let's
cannot
switch
contain
over.
mine fury.
Let's switch over to the non-canon side, like the Heffalump is non-canon.
Okay. Go. Yep.
Maybe a
And
little
let's
bit
dive.
harsh.
Let's really dive. I really want to dive in on Berry versus Carrion because
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's a thing we can go down.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
we have to at some point, so we might as well do it
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
Might
Of
as well
course.
do it
Might as well do it
now.
now.
So this is
just,
really
just quickly remind us of how we got to this stage in the flowchart.
Do you consider the Heffalump canon?
Of course not.
No, you fucking idiot. Have you even seen Shropshire?
perfect.
Now, the logical next question. Nomad or dweller? If you're a nomad, what are you eating? Berries? Carrion?
We've got two wings of thought. If we're going with the carrion, if we're going with the dead, we're looking at kind of more decomposers when we're looking at the ecological pyramid. Whereas if we're looking at berries, we're looking at herbivores or, base tier creatures. We're looking at, we're looking at stuff like cows, pigs, sheep, the building blocks of a healthy society, squirrels, rabbits.
All right, if you go down the carrion route, I think the next question would then be something like, are you a neat freak or do you live in squalor?
I think that's,
So I've started with death is tasty for carrion.
Yeah, and then we want...
Death is tasty.
Now, praise be the Raven Queen. No, I'm gonna no more religious fanaticism. We'll save that for Night City.
Neat freak is perfect, and I think messy, because some decomposers do like to keep things neat. It saves from diseases being spread.
No, but this is a nomad, so what are they keeping neat?
If you're going to hyenas, they don't really care about the age of the meat, how safe it is to consume, because their bodies have been adapted in such a way that they have adapted past that as a primal concern. I just really want to drill into you guys. When we're on this side of the other side of the table is for fun and games. When we're on this side of the table, I want to be thinking about the ecological impact of it, because A.L. Milne, before his unfortunate demise, the one thing he cared about more than anything was the sanctity of the food pyramid and the circle of life within his literal books of Winnie the Pooh. And as an example, I'll just read you a bit of an extract from a random page that I turned to. Okay? Not that one, that's about flooding.
Awesome.
Completely different lesson we're trying to teach from that one.
This is one of those segments where Chris just pace of the podcast. Clean dead. Lovely. Loving it. Awesome. Carry on, Chris. As you were. Don't let me stop you.
That is what we like to call here at FDR1 a 360 no-scope on the podcast.
360 no-scope on podcast quality.
In chapter 3 of the Winnie the Pooh story, Pooh and Piglet go hunting and nearly capture a Woosley. This is an indication that both creatures are carnivorous in nature. AML was very keen to explore that dynamic in the ecological cycle. That predators need to hunt prey in order for everything to balance out. In Yellowstone a couple of years back, they introduced wolves to handle moose populations. And because they were able to do that, areas of the vegetation were able to regrow due to the lack of overfeeding by meese. And when you have such a development,
was there a moose loose?
You have a lot of other creatures in the ecological system able to reintegrate themselves into the entire thing. And therefore you get a lot more biodiversity. And that's something that I think A.A. Milne was really trying to get to the core of in his stories. He is an ecological pioneer of the greatest degree, up there with the likes of David Attenborough. So, when it comes to being a neat freak or being messy, these are serious ecological questions that need to be asked in order for us to determine properly what the fuck your OC is. Because if you're not going to take this seriously, you can get the fuck over to the Heffalump side, where all the fun and games gets to be. Because on this side, we're fucking serious. I'm sorry, guys.
This is the realism.
I'm getting a bit heated again.
Yeah, do you have any orange juice or something you could kind of...
All I have is this orange juice which has vodka inside.
He needs some milk.
I don't know whether it's going to help or not.
I don't think it's going to help. Something tells me the alcohol
Sometimes
is
you need
worse.
to try fruitless endeavours in order to achieve great things.
Okay,
so if you're a neat freak, what further questions can we ask you? If you're messy, what further questions can we ask you?
I mean, if you're messy, I think the next question when it comes to animals is sex. are you a raucous kind of animal? Do you have many sexual partners? Or are you a animal that instead bonds with an opposite member of your gender and raises young in a more
The fuckboy
familial-
squirrel or the monogamous swan?
Exactly. I'm so glad
The
you're
monogamous
following
one.
me here because this is really
The
interesting.
monogamous one.
I love it. Even better. I'm glad you're both on the right page here. That's exactly
Sexual
what I want to
preference.
hear. You know, do you want to be a virgin simp swan or do you want to be a Chad squirrel? It's really the question we're drilling down into this section. You know. Or, alternatively, a third option, if we don't know where to fit them later on, wasps breed in a parasitic way where they burst out of their victims' bodies. You know, just
Makes
because
sense.
I think A.A. Milne would agree that a wasp OC would be a really good fit for the 100-acre wood, considering that it's the right environment for wasps to be living in, such an arboreal environment that is the 100-acre wood. And if some people
I put
would
swamp.
understand
I meant to put
instead
simp.
of fucking
Those are different.
Sandra at customer service, then maybe I wouldn't have to be forced to do this. I'm sorry, guys. Again, I'm getting a little bit ahead of
Yeah,
myself
you need
here.
to work on your.
I
Anger
can see
management.
this has really hit you hard.
really has
and
hit me
emotions
hard.
are running high.
They're running high,
Just
they're
like-
running low, and they're zip-zapping in between.
You just got
Who knows? Next time I bang
take
my
the-
head down in shame, maybe the headphone goes over into that direction. Then I'm going to have to be scurrying underneath a light for it.
You just got to
You
take
just don't
things
know.
10 seconds at a time. If you can get
Exactly.
through the next 10 seconds, then by the
As
time
my
you finish
psychiatrist
that,
said,
it's just another
don't
10
send
seconds
any more
to go.
death threats to A.A. Milne's family.
Yeah, try not to. That's
Yeah.
not great.
And I think that's a bit of advice
Yeah, I feel
that
like a few
anyone
legal issues
watching
could come
can
up as a
really
result of
pay
that.
attention to.
Okay, so we've got the fuckboy squirrel and the monogamous one. You wanted wasp in there, or are you just getting mad?
I think we'll add wasps at the end in kind of the most appropriate location for them. I don't really want to force wasps in immediately. We'll find the right place to
I've
pop
got to
them
say,
in.
I'm just going to be 100%. I know you're passionate about wasps being part of this. I feel like if wasps are in this, we've failed as podcasters.
I will say that I was thinking as a secondary question to being messy
What did you just say?
is
Do you know
Well,
why we're doing this?
Wasps
Well, no,
are
look,
what
we're
started
moving
this
on.
entire endeavour.
We're moving past the wasp as a concept.
But it's a
So
good
you're-
idea. This is exactly what the
Maybe.
letter said.
It just look. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I just feel like it doesn't have legs in
It
the
does.
contexts.
It has
in the
6
many
of them.
contexts. Yes, I
And
know, but
wings.
none of them
Well,
it can
see-
stand on
See, this
in
is
the
what
many
my-
contexts
this- my
we've set
next-
up.
My next question for the messy side of this flowchart was going to be wings or no wings, because my thought
For the
process
messy
was,
side
if
of
you're
the neat,
messy,
we've already
Look,
done the messy side.
As
Oh,
long as
sorry.
I can,
Oh,
as long
okay.
as I can dismiss the Heffalump on the messy side, then I'm happy for the wasps to be added in. It's just it's very important for me that the wasps are added in somewhere.
Well, okay.
Just as a matter of
Chris, your
principle.
crazy eyes
Yeah.
have really, really kind of awoken today.
This is serious stuff, Jamie.
Serious business.
Okay, so the meat side. The meat side.
I don't know how long I can keep
Oh,
this act
no,
up,
man.
lads.
It's hard. It's hard work.
It's hard work.
I'm glad I'm not doing it.
You've done a lot better than I could do ever. So
Yeah. Should win an Oscar.
Maybe we do this every couple of episodes. We'll just come in and have a breakdown. It was a decision I made
have a little
immediately
bit
before
of crazy
walking through that
Christopher.
curtain. Was like, I'm just going to
I'm
come
gonna
in
be
pissed off.
fucking ludicrous today.
Alright, the neat side of the nomad is, of course, those who like to keep, although they move from home to home and they're like perhaps a herd mentality, like a herd.
They bring a
animal,
pencil case, you know.
They have their designated home that they keep
They have an
to
established
themselves.
den.
And they keep it clean. Yeah, a den. So
Like
perhaps
Just often out of the
humble
house, you know.
fox, or
some sort
like
of
a fox.
hyena
Or hyena.
or yeah, the hyena.
Bison.
Yeah, Yeah, or
Or an
bison,
Uber driver.
yeah, or the Uber driver,
Or bison.
or bison.
Uber driver. I keep my taxi
Or-
very clean, thank you.
Or-
Much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Birds
the
have
ones with a
nests.
bottle of water in there
I think.
on the side, and you're just like, I feel guilty even taking. Who is that for? Who has the entitlement to take one of those bottles of water?
Did you do berries?
We haven't
We
done
haven't
berries
got
yet. This
berries
is all carrion nomads.
Ah.
This is nomad carrions. Yeah.
So
sorry.
we're now officially
I-
coming out as saying that the fuckboy squirrel and the monogamous one eat dead animals,
Yes, like they do in real life.
just like real life guys.
Well, even though you might
We
disagree with me, I
definitely
think the
didn't
wasps really
forget
fit in
which
terms
question
of
we
the,
were answering.
eating animals when they're larval stage and kind of just consume their host and then burst out. You know
I
how
swear
it
to
is.
God, if he talks about wasps again, I'm
Just give the man a break.
Wasps are
Look,
very
he's
much
having
the
a rough
core of what's
time.
keeping this character together, Jeremy.
I just don't feel like.
You just
look,
call him
what is a
Jeremy.
wasp?
What is a wasp? It is a
Just what-
high-flying
I'm
danger
not
bird.
getting it. I just don't get it.
He's
How does it?
Think about the character.
You don't
of
see him
Tigger
playing
into
bridge with
body
Winnie the
of
Pooh and
Roo.
Tigger, do you? You know, like
Yeah.
it. No, it's no.
I
There's a lot more
think-
toxicity
I think
involved.
my desire is that there is, despite the fact that AML really wanted to explore the conflict of the animal kingdom, he didn't make too many antagonistic characters. And
I don't think he wanted to explore the conflict of the animal
Well,
kingdom.
you say
I think
that,
he
but
wanted to
would-
explore the tranquility of the animal kingdom.
Well, in that case, would you
Hence,
say that Piglet
Crocodile
and,
the alligator,
Winnie the Pooh
the
would be-
Operation Basilisk, the apex
I
snake,
think you'll find he was
the monogamous
discussing
one,
the different
gorilla scientists.
mental
these are all-
disorders that are found within the human psyche.
Look,
psyche.
Listen here, mister. I've read one BuzzFeed article literally in my entire life, and I'm sure it's 100% right and well researched. Pipe down. Keep sipping your fucking chai tea out your frog mug
Look,
like a
I'm just
basic,
saying,
and
a book
get
where
out of here.
Winnie the Pooh
Look, right.
gets
Look,
stung
here's
by
the problem.
bees.
Chris's aggression is making me. It's filling me with aggression now.
Yeah.
I'm starting to.
I'm
yeah.
just
It
here.
is
Let's-
my
let's-
my
let-
psychiatrist
Who
said
knew?
anger
Who knew
rubs
AA
off.
Milner's? Who knew AA Milner's original OC creating flowchart would be such a contentious and aggravated topic?
Look, I'm
I
just
would have
saying,
assumed, if I were a betting man, I would have put my money on this being one of the more relaxed
I would have
podcasts we
seen
do.
this being
But
more
no.
like the Sim Vengers, but no, we've gone
Look,
down.
This is like fucking. This is like fighting over the goddamn. What's that time where all the Christians got mad about which ones were right, and they all met. They had the convention of
Christ. I
something.
don't know.
Now, I'm just
Good
saying,
job, Matt. That's excellent.
if
I know
he
what I mean,
wanted
but it's
I
not
went to
that.
Sunday school.
If he wanted to develop an area of tranquility,
Do you mean
why in
Sunday
this
school?
book does there have the trap that Boo places for Heffalumps just outside of his house? Doesn't seem like a friendly
Heffalumps
thing
are the
to
enemy.
do. I know
No,
they're
Heffalumps are the
enemy.
enemy. Ultimately,
We're
yeah,
getting
it's,
off
But
it's
they
an
don't
immigration thing, I
exist.
think.
They're a metaphor.
I think A.A. Milner was a tad racist. Maybe that's it.
We're
I
getting
don't know.
off topic a little bit here. We
We're-
need to
we're
discuss
getting a
Getting
little
off
off
topic,
topic.
we'll discuss these
we need
wasps
to
at the end,
discuss
okay?
the neat freak.
We'll find the best
Carrion.
place for it.
Alright.
What neat
I
freak,
think the
murder-eating, monstrous
hyena
bastards.
Is definitely
Oh, it is, isn't
They
it?
are. They're neat. They live in boreal landscapes. They're the perfect animal to add into this ecosystem. You know, and then on the other side, if we're going for the other side of neat freak, you know,
What's this flowchart is bad.
why don't we talk
your
a
bad.
little bit about our good friends,
Got him.
the ants?
The ant.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
live in structured society. Oh no, we're on the nomadic side, aren't we? Can't do ants. They live a
Yeah.
sedentary lifestyle.
I'm sure
And-
some ants. Look, man, I don't know nothing about nature. I'm sure some of them are
Ever
pretty
seen a
nomadic.
wandering ant?
Yeah, exactly. They got to be a
I
thing.
have. And I've never asked it.
You ever seen an ant caravan?
Yeah.
The
An ant convoy?
The lonesome wandering ant. Yeah, no. The fact that it's a nomad doesn't mean to say it doesn't live in a society of nomads.
Yeah.
We all
It
live
just
No,
in
yeah,
means that
exactly.
they don't have
society,
one
Matthew.
fixed home.
Well, we all live in a society.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean everyone lives in a society. Hold on there, Mister.
Just because we
I
all
just-
live in a society doesn't mean
assumptionality.
everybody lives in a society.
Yeah. God, check your
Society is just a
society
social
privilege, you fucking
Society is
nerd.
just a social construct.
Bob the
When
hyena.
you think about it.
So yeah, I think the
why
other
is the
animal
hyena
would
such
be-
a neat freak?
Well, I think it's a fact that because they live in a
Collector of bones.
if they live in a nomadic clan of different hyenas, I think that is the social etiquette of eating in a group setting. You don't want to embarrass yourself.
You're not only hunting for yourself, you are hunting for your family and your partner.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are looking to protect your kin by keeping the place clean and
Bob
protecting
the
your young.
hyena, collector of bones, mediator of conflicts. Makes sense. I get it. I'm understanding what this character's all about now.
Yeah.
We're making headway. I know it doesn't feel like it, but this is the thing about flowcharts, is that you inevitably are asking more questions than answers until a point where you eventually say no more.
You have the option to add infinite number of possibilities.
Yeah.
At some point you have to go, no, enough is enough.
No, sir. Enough is enough.
No more. The monogamous one. That's all I want
The
written
monogamous
down.
one is enough for me today.
Yeah,
Here we are.
Guys! I've gone from anger to immense sadness.
Immense sadness. Sounds like an eel.
If you see
Alright.
you see tears, I'm just saying, no CGUS Houston this podcast. They're entirely real. They're entirely real. I'm just gonna cycle from side to side.
Man, you are. Is this your Oscar bait?
I'm just
This podcast
guys, I'm just,
or something?
I don't know, guys.
I'm worried.
I'm
What's
just
up?
being you guys on the same page with me with wasps and such, and just maybe I'm the problem. Maybe this is what toxic fandom is. Maybe us audience members trying to push into the creative ideas of those in creative positions.
Say creative 2 more times, please.
Maybe that's the real issue here.
I think
Maybe sites like Tumblr and DeviantArt are actually negative outlets for people to make unhealthy fan fiction or art on properties that they enjoy, hurting real people. Or maybe it's the fact that nobody understands how important wasps are to the ecological system. I just don't know, guys. Anyway, I don't want to distract you guys. You've been doing excellent work whilst I've been here. I'll chip in a couple of times, but you just keep going with this flow chart, guys. Don't
It's a good flow chart. It's coming together. Look at all the stuff we've done.
My emotional destruction distract you from what is a beautiful work of art.
So. Berries.
Wasps can't even eat berries. They're not going to go in this section.
Whoa. I don't know that wasps can't eat berries. Wasps are reasonably nomadic. Wasps probably don't live in on the cyberpunk, more kind of fantasy side of things.
I've never seen a wasp
I'd wager to say that the wasps actually definitely eat berries. I mean, I've seen an awful lot of wasps eat fruit, and berries is fruit.
I mean,
so you think about it like that.
Have we paused the podcast or no? Because
if you think we've paused the podcast, I'm going to shock you right now. We have not paused the podcast.
Good, because you said pause, super pause, quick pause, super pause, and then
a super pause. Well, yeah, but by the fact that we were back into it, it means that we,
This is what Milne does to you. He gets inside your head.
He gets inside your head. He plays mind games with you. Are we paused? Are we unpaused? Where we're at? Right, look. Berries. It's Waluigi the Wasp. He's here.
Don't wasps.
6 legs. A stinger. A lot of feelings, probably.
They have a lot of
fighter for just causes.
I went to the
he's a warrior.
Misunderstood.
I left my room for the day, and when I came back in, they built half a nest in my window, and maybe that just goes to show the amazing ingenuity of nature. But maybe it's just that I'm a big fucking idiot.
Oh, I don't mean to laugh.
Look, man.
Your sorrow, but
No, neither do I. But look, I've put in Waluigi the Wasp. He's there. He loves his berries.
Guys, this is the most beautiful
How do you feel? Has it helped?
My entire life. You guys are the best podcast co-hosts I could ever ask for.
Matt, I don't know how much more I can take of this.
That is him being positive So, well done, Jamie.
Guys,
You did a
we
good
just
thing.
keep tracking on through this, you know. Maybe whilst don't eat berries, but you know, we're the 100-acre woods where miracles do happen, so maybe they do eat berries. Yeah.
Listen,
It's a beautiful
they've
thing
got,
to
they've
see.
got all sorts of fun.
Maybe miracles do
fun
happen, you know.
stuff
Yeah.
over there. Wasps
Oh my
can eat
God.
berries if they want to.
I've accidentally forced myself to cry. Hang on a second, lads. My eyes are watering.
You got lost in the sauce. You went too deep.
I went too
You're
deep into the emotions.
deep in the funk of this
You-
character that you've created.
You just have a lie down there whilst we.
You just
Other than
sit
the
down
lies,
for a
I'll
second.
just-
We're gonna hash out. We're gonna hash out the dweller side of this
dweller
this Shropshirean 100-acre woods that we've
So
created.
cool,
these are
guys, because you know
territorial.
I'm
I
a
set
dweller,
my
so
home.
something I can
lie in my
identify
home.
with.
I have to
Where
mute
I
him. I
build.
just have to mute him. There's no option. He's left me no choice. He has gone from 2,000% to minus 50% on the podcast side in one single cut.
Is this what
And
we
that is
call-
untenable.
Is this what we call a super pause? Where it
It's
turns
time for
out
a super. I'm
we-
going to super pause Chris's entire feed. I think. I wish Discord allowed me to do that. Just pause him. Just cut him out. Just give him a little timeout on the naughty step, and just let him think about what he's doing to the energy of this podcast and what he's giving, what he's really like. Because you know, comedy is about give and take, handing things to your friends and taking things from them. And right now, all he's doing is taking. He is sapping energy. He is sapping the mind, the thoughts of and hopes that we have for this podcast. He's just pulling at them. He's just tugging at the strings. He's just, give an inch, take a mile. That's currently his mantra.
This is a sort of
And it's all about him. It's all about him.
Like,
He's created a character that he needs to just kind of persist with and just bulldoze into whatever we're trying to do. It's got to be about this character that he's got. And I'm not standing for it anymore.
Keep all of that in.
Jeff-
Oh, mwah, mwah, mwah.
Welcome, guys. If you've made it this far into the podcast, you've got to the real podcast now. This is no more of this.
This is the
No more
real
of
shit
this.
now, guys.
Oh
Now
my
this
God.
is the part where things get serious
this is the point where we.
and we get shit done. Come on, guys. Where are
Look how
we?
much
Let's
stuff
stop
we've
this
done.
messing about.
Look at it. Well, I haven't been messing.
What are you doing? Get that hand off your tear-filled, sweaty face and onto that goddamn keyboard and type us out some sick words.
It's on the mouse. Look at
It's on
that.
the
That's a mouse.
We're doing sedentary lifestyles.
We're doing the dwellers.
Moles.
Arguably
live
the
in
most.
burrows,
Winnie.
don't
Okay,
they?
moles are
Let's get
definitely
those
there. Right. So we
goddamn
got.
moles. Let's get
So-
those
so
moles out
burrows.
here. Let's
So what we?
go.
Oh my god. Are we saying?
He's back
Are we
into it,
saying
it's fine, we're gonna
overground
roll
or
with this.
he's straight back in?
I think,
Are we
I
saying
think that's a great,
overground
I
or
think that's a
underground?
great starting question.
I think that's an,
Overground
that's
or
a good
underground?
question.
It really
Overground
changes
or
the
underground?
dynamic of what
Or
creatures
wandering
can live.
free.
Underminer.
Wolves of Wimbledon.
Syndrome,
Syndrome.
Frozone,
Frozone.
the other one.
The one
It's
from
incredible.
Incredibles 2. I haven't
What's
watched
the
it
bad
yet.
guy
Don't-
from Incredibles
don't
2? I
attack
can't
me.
remember.
I don't know who the villain of number 2 is. I haven't watched it. Is it
What's
on
it
Disney
called?
Plus? I'll give it a watch if it is.
It's definitely not on Disney Plus
The
because
It's
it's a
not on
Pixar
Disney
film.
Plus.
No,
What's Disney doing? You know?
It's the mesmerizer.
Disney isn't. That's not Disney. They can't just like nab kids films
Is
from
it-
other people.
is
They
it-
can't
What,
just
the
be like, "Oi,
Incredibles
oi."
2?
Is
They
it-
own
Is it not the
Pixar.
mesmerizer? It's Disney Pixar.
They don't own. They don't own
Disney
Pixar.
own- Stop the podcast,
Disney
everybody.
don't
Let's
own
get that
Pixar.
up on
They
your screen. I
work
want you to
with
get open a
Pixar
tab, and
sometimes.
I want you to open a tab right now and see whether on my screen this makes sense because I'm
Pixar
pointing
is-
at the right side.
You're pointing completely. Yeah. Well, hopefully you're pointing the right way.
On my side,
Yeah.
it's completely correct.
on Disney.
Look.
Pretty sure. I don't
Does
want to commit
Disney-
either way because I don't
Do
know.
Disney
They
own
own
Pixar?
I wouldn't say they own
Pixar.
them. Be
I'm
my
confident they
guess.
don't own Pixar.
I'm gonna sit on the fence on this one.
Fuck.
This has nothing to do with me.
Shite. Well,
Do you know when Disney owned everything, Jamie?
Did you know the
I
brand new
shouldn't-
movie
I-
Soul
it's-
from Pixar is releasing on Disney Plus on Christmas Day for free?
It's not for free. It's a subscription.
You have
Shut
to
up.
pay for Disney Plus.
If
You have
you're
to pay
Disney
for
Plus
don't get us.
subscriber,
No,
you get it
we
for
can't.
free.
We're touching on a very different, very
iTunes
much
and
better
Netflix.
podcast. We've
Now
already
that I've
done.
proved my
We
point,
can't
get
do that
back
again.
onto the flowchart.
It's Netflix.
Okay, subterranean or
Overground or above ground?
Overground,
On
underground,
terrain.
Womble Free. The Wombles
Overground or
Wimbledon.
above ground? Which one will it be?
I want the Wombles of
Subterranean or
Wimbledon, 'cause
terranean?
You've hit me with that.
No, it's
Nostalgia.
subterranean or hyperterranean.
My headphone fell out. Gotta go pick that up.
Again, that's like the 4th time. Right, so if it's underground, it's moles.
A mole.
Yeah,
Because why are
specifically
moles in
Monty.
A mole.
Monty Mole
or
from the Nintendo Super Mario universe?
Whoa, 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 hold up there, Matt.
Save
Hold up
that
there. We can
kind
name
of
a mole
talk
Monty
for
and it
the-
not be copyright.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure last time I checked, Monty was not a
Do-
copyrighted name.
Do
My oldest dog
capybaras
was called Monty.
Fly.
Capybara.
Can capybara levitate? David Attenborough, what are we thinking? I can't tell. I can't tell what he's
National
actually doing.
Geographic, let's have a look. They no longer
Nah, it's
have
owned by
that
Disney.
article.
That's biased.
Yeah.
No, I think
Capybara
he's
facts
Googling.
for kids.
Do capybaras live in one
They
place?
live underwater. That's kind of
But
underground.
they live.
That's
on
a
the-
kind of
They live,
underground.
they live at the edge of like water, don't they?
The edge of water is ground. I'm pretty sure. So that's
But like in like a den.
you're just proving our
sort of
point.
thing.
It's
a
definitely
den.
underground, isn't it?
A den is in the ground, but it's got a hole that's
If right,
reaches the top of the ground.
if a house is made of stuff that is made from the ground, then when you're in a house, are you not, in a
Underground.
manner of speaking?
You're technically
Underground.
underground. That's a true
Especially
fact.
if-
Checkmate, atheists.
Especially if you live like a hobbit in a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
A hobbit hole, a hobbity
Hobbit
hole,
hole.
a hobbity holy wall.
Oh, hobbits, subterranean
Someone-
creatures.
Hobbits are definitely subterranean creatures.
Yeah. So
But they farm.
we can't technically use the word hobbit because it is
Now-
legally owned by the Tolkien estate. We need to use the
If
word
it's
farming,
subterranean,
so Jack and Dobby
There are a
future.
fair few. Now, I don't know about you, but I seem to remember something, a conversation we had recently. It was something to do with questions pertaining to what type of thing might live underground. Perhaps some strange
Moles.
kind of, well, a little stranger than a mole.
A naked
Maybe a
mole.
One of the
cheese.
things from Groundhog Day.
Maybe
A
maybe a
groundhog?
bookworm. Maybe
A
a
worm does live underground.
maybe a jack in the dice.
Maybe a jack. in
Stop
the dark.
referencing a different podcast, Jamie. And
Yeah.
get back to
Maybe-
the task at hand.
You
One of the other
lovable
ones we did that I'm
Sasquatch,
forgetting.
You
Quiz
get
me.
I'm not a Sasquatch.
Sorry,
if I'm
Jack,
right,
Chris,
if I'm
can you
okay,
just
right.
say,
Pause the podcast.
Sasquatch
Pause
you
the
want,
podcast.
Sasquatch you
If
get.
we were all cryptids, which ones would we be?
Why are we pausing the podcast for? This is a nice little
This is what I
intermediate.
like to call a
This is
super
right. Welcome,
pause.
hey everyone. This is a podcast within a podcast. Welcome to Sasquatch or Sas
Notch.
Sasnotch. Welcome to Sasquatch or Sasnotch, the game show where we try and decide what cryptids we all are. Chris, I'm going to start with you. What cryptid do you feel like you are today?
I feel like
You're a bit of a capybara.
I
That's
feel-
not a. That's. I mean a chupacabra.
That's a
I mean a
Maybe it is.
chupacabra.
Maybe
Those
it's a
are
big
different.
ploy. I think I'm kind
Maybe
of,
capybaras are the
I think I'm kind of
chupacabras.
like the Mothman, because you know
You're a
have-
bit of a
you have
Mothman, that's a good
areas
point.
of high activity and areas of low activity, and I feel like I've really been living up
And
to that
bridges,
idea today.
And like, oi,
And bridges. And
this
maybe we're
bridge-
bridging everything over. Maybe that's what this
Dead as
podcast is
fuck.
actually all about. building
this bridge
bridges.
about to die. I'm going to tell everyone. I'm going to broadcast it like a true stream. I think a Mothman would probably be a streamer after all the bridges he had to tell everyone about had already fallen down.
Now,
He'd have
the
nothing
pot,
better to do.
What cryptid are you?
I have no idea, lads. I would have
That's
said
a
maybe like
terrible answer.
maybe like
You give me Loch Ness monster vibes.
yeah, I was
He
gonna say
does
something
kind
Just
of
like
saying.
Loch Ness
something that's
monster
like
vibes, doesn't
a
he?
big silly goofy thing that sometimes
A big silly goose.
makes sense.
That's a Loch Ness
sensible thing.
monster.
A big silly goofy thing that sometimes makes sensible things.
Yes. What those ones?
Put that into the cryptid search bar, please. Right now, and see what comes up. It's an AI-driven system. I'm sure something intelligent will come up that sometimes do sensible thing.
Top 10 most ridiculous cryptids.
Hit me with number 1.
The X-Monkey.
There we go. He's the X-Monkey.
The
Simple as.
The
Simple
third
as.
one is Jeff the Talking Mongoose.
Yay!
We've come full circle. How dare we? I don't know what I'd be. I'd probably be something inane and non-threatening. Like, the problem with cryptids is they're all a bit violent, aren't they?
This one's called the Japanese hairy fish, and the main thing is that it's
There's
just
not a lot of them that are down to
hairy.
fuck. I mean, yeah, exactly. They're all like creepy or gross or horrible. None of them are just like, hey man,
funky
I'm chill.
chill thing. There's got to be some.
They're all
sort of-
aggro. They're all
What about
really
the
aggressive. like-
Ovidio dick monster, which stands 7 feet tall when fully erect and looks like a phallus with 2 long legs? Thus its name.
Gonna
the
be honest,
dick
Chris, that
monster.
sounds like a shit post, not an actual cryptid.
Most sightings take place at night in the woods of Stillwater neighborhoods, where many teenagers who go there to smoke
Most
cannabis.
sightings take place on Reddit.
All
Let's be honest,
all
this
sightings
isn't
of these
real.
cryptids have been by teenage stoners in Stillwater.
This is just one big hefty bong meme. I mean,
I believe that.
Well, it sounds like
It's
you've
not a real
won
cryptid.
the award of Sasquatch, and we are the Sasnotch.
I am Sasquatch. You are Sasnotch. Simple.
Yay.
Done. Right. Okay.
And that was
Subterranean
one, and that was a
or
super-
hyperterranean. What's the subterranean creature of the day?
Mole.
Mole. We've said it
Mole's
like
too
that.
easy. So many things dig
Well,
mole.
I think
mole
we have a
holes.
normal one, then we have a weird one. If you understand me.
Okay. So then, what's the question to differentiate between
What
the normal
if we
one
just have a
and the interesting
random
one?
chance in the quiz that like you don't have to answer a question, you just randomly get assigned mole or not mole.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna put roll a dice.
The mysterious cave
Toss a coin.
Well, odd or even, yeah. Heads or tails.
Right.
Just let them pick.
Heads. Oh, so you just let 'em pick.
The blind
Heads or
cave
tails?
piranha.
It's like the Pottermore thing where you get sorted into your house where they're all like stupid
Matt,
questions like
Don't,
light or
Matt,
dark,
don't bring up
brown or green,
anything to do
or-
with J.K. Tolkien.
or-
I don't
or-
want you to talk
or-
about.
He will sue us
her.
again,
or
and he'll get
He
Jane
will sue
Cameron
us.
back.
do I lose? Day or monsoon?
What? What?
Go
What?
figure that one out. That's the question
What?
that divides
I'm upset.
from shrew.
I think mushroom
You've just
people
said
Shrews don't even really live
could live in
underground,
a
I don't
100-acre
think.
wood, and I don't think that
Mushroom people could live
destroys the
underground, that's true.
believability of the setting at all.
No, definitely doesn't.
Chris, I
Yeah,
thought you were meant to
mushroom
be
people.
angry. What's going on?
No.
I'm going through an emotional roller coaster,
Matt,
Matthew.
why
and at
would
the
you
moment,
remind him?
I'm at a plateau,
Come on.
and the roller
He
coaster
was-
about to go
he's
soaring
doing
up and
good.
soaring
He's right.
down.
He's still standing up, which is the only thing.
Yeah.
If he can get back into a more sedentary position, maybe he'll be able to maintain his calm.
The thing is,
platitudes.
this is the sedentary section, so perhaps he should stand still to reflect that.
Yeah, exactly. To
he's
reflect
wiggling
on
and
everything we've
jiggling.
been through thus far, because we've still got to get back
The
to Brian
crazy
Blessed
eyes
at
are
some
firing up
point.
again. Yeah, and he's going to explode, and I'm
Oh,
going to be
definitely. When we
resigned.
start talking about Heffalumps again, I feel the anger burning within me.
Okay, right. What's the knot mole? What's the knot mole? Is it just a knot mole?
Is it a naked
Or
mole?
just write a knot
The
mole?
knot mole is going to be mushroom people, because
Monty the mushroom.
Monty the mushroom, I love it.
They
He
both
looks
have the
exactly
same
like a
name.
mole, but he's made of mushroom.
He happens to look like a mole. It's coincidence.
It's just coincidental. It's just how
He's
nature
made
is sometimes.
mole-shaped.
Life finds a way.
Mm.
Dinosaur map. Okay. The flying ones that are dwellers.
Bats.
This means nests, yes?
Yes. Cockatoo.
Bat. Okay. No, that's
cuckoo.
subterranean, you flid.
Cuckoo. The cuckoo. Oh no, hang on. They just lay their eggs in other nests. That doesn't work.
Yeah, that's still sedentary lifestyle, just because it's not your home.
But where does the cuckoo go after the egg has been laid?
They die!
I don't know if you're joking or not.
They just fucking explode!
They just explode. Simple.
That's you know when you find a feather on the floor in the forest, or where, I don't know, maybe you live next to a jungle in the jungle. That's someone exploding kookaburra.
Simple as. No, it's not a pigeon that had a fight. It's a dead kookaburra.
And all it wants you to do.
Okay,
with that
so what's
feather
the
is
question
to use
I'm
it as a
asking?
quill.
What's the question I'm asking?
What's
For
the
the
question
fly
I'm
boys.
asking?
Peck or squawk?
I think
Peck or
bird song or
Feather or leather?
feather or leather, and then we can get the bats in. That could have been a clap, but it wasn't because I missed every single time.
He's livening up as we speak, Matt. We need to crack on
You're gonna crack
really
on.
fast.
This train is going up an incline, and eventually it's gonna down all the way.
No, because we have to fight it. That's the problem. We have to put up a
You
response.
don't have to fight anything, because sometimes
We're all
violence
on board
isn't the
together.
answer.
Choo choo.
Bart le bats.
You know, it's a lot more calming when I don't have a picture of Tigger bursting out of Winnie the Pooh's belly on
Do
one of
you
my
not
monitors.
still have that?
No, I've swapped over to Discord because I thought you guys might have muted me earlier when I was having my depressive stage on this good old chair. Look at him. He
Don't
serves
worry,
us proud,
Chris.
doesn't he?
I would never mute you.
No.
I know you would, and that's not
never.
the issue. It's that one I have to worry about.
Matt's a loyalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no
Renegade.
such ties. I'm a
Matt's a
renegade.
royalist, and we know Jamie. He's an anarchist. He doesn't believe in
I'm an-
politics. He's
An
crazy.
archist.
I'm a-
He is an
I'm
archist.
an anarchist.
He's an
Hello,
artist
have you
and an
met my friend
anarchist.
Jamie? He's an anarchist.
He's an artist.
What does
Right,
an anarchist
which
do?
bird is the feather one?
Let's see. I think
Well,
if
the
they're not
thing
going to
is,
be
we already-
violent,
We could do
if they're
multiple
gonna be
feather
leather,
ones.
it could be a
Obviously,
dove.
you've already got owl in the.
It can't be an owl.
So
Could be a dove.
I think we can
could
maybe
be
avoid a lot of birds of
a
prey
sparrow.
as well.
Could be
Could be a sparrow.
a blue tit.
Could be a cook. No, it needs to be something with
Could be a
a dwelling
kookaburra,
nature.
as discussed.
It can't be
previously.
migratory.
A two
It can't be migratory.
So albatross,
Out with the
get
picture.
out of here.
Be gone. Drop kick that fucker into next Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's not happening. No chance.
What about the kiwi?
I like
Very
kiwis,
grounded.
Very grounded. They're not going anywhere.
Not hyperterranean though, is it? It doesn't actually fly.
Parrots.
I mean, I don't know how much above
parrots,
ground you want
the
them to
lesser
be,
known
but-
cousin of the
Way up.
kakapo, do fly, and they tend to live in rainforests. They're not migratory.
Since we're talking
And you know what's like a
Shropshire-
rainforest? The boreal
Since how-
landscape of the 100-acre wood.
Since we're talking Shropshire,
Someone's
what
mentioned
about
Shropshire
the
again.
parakeet?
The parakeet.
Ah yes, the Shropshirean
The
parakeet.
Shropshirean parakeet. I like it.
Nice.
Do you see any parakeets
know,
next to
bring
your
it.
house? They're an actual. They count as an actual like.
I see them all the time out my window in the trees.
Yeah.
The Shropshirean parakeet, colon,
The good old,
Pete.
the good reliable London parakeet.
Oh, I love them.
it's Pete. You're Pete,
Yeah.
he's Pete, everyone's Pete, it's Pete. It's Pete time.
It's
I
hilarious.
still
to
vibe
think
Alright.
of
with the monogam swan, to be honest, but you know.
I don't think we're ever going to beat the monogamous one.
Parakeets kind of came out of nowhere, didn't they? In terms.
Yeah,
of
what are they?
UK.
Parrots?
Are they
It's-
parrots?
Rodent
Well, it's like
Keats?
one day
Yeah,
there were
they're
no
all
parakeets,
paragliders.
and the next day there are parakeets all over London.
Look, everyone,
what
it's a
happened
parakeet.
in that time frame? I didn't see a slow increase in the amount of parakeets.
Yeah.
A lot of
yeah,
people,
they-
all at once, decided, you know what, parakeets aren't cool enough, I'm going to get rid of my bird.
Kicked
pet,
it out the
and
window.
I'm just gonna boost it out the window.
Just
And the pigeons were like, well, I don't eat parakeet, they look green and therefore
they look
mouldy,
green and
so I'm not
therefore
gonna eat
vegetables, and therefore not something they can.
Therefore
tear up
vegetables,
for
I'm not a
child's
carnivore,
farm
I'm not
like
gonna
their
eat these
fish and
things.
chips.
Not something I want to touch.
And that's why, kids, you should eat your vegetables. So a pigeon
And
doesn't eat
parakeets.
you. And parakeets.
Right,
And in
what's
the
that
leather
mean?
section, we can put bats. It's perfect. Parakeets
I
and
did
bats.
that already.
Brilliant. Then we're done with this
Who do you think I
section.
am?
This is the dance.
So where are we going next?
Well, there's only one slot
looks
left
like-
now.
We've only got one slot left. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian Blessed.
We only
Right.
need maybe one more.
God
and then-
damn it! I just remembered. We have the Heffalump setting.
We've got
So we
one
are
set.
absolutely right up in there, deep in the Heffalump farm.
Come on, let's keep this
We
moving.
not only that,
Heffalump. Let's
it's
get this over
it's
as
post-apocalyptic
quickly as
time.
possible.
We're in Mad Max
I
territory.
hate it.
We've got Brian Blessed travelling with us. He's got nipple piercings. He's
Of course.
wearing a assless chaps.
Mm.
He's got a cowboy hat on and nothing else, and a whip, and he's got stamina for
And
days.
he's in character
lot.
from whoever he played in the Phantom Menace. I don't remember.
Bubba, thingy Gunray. No.
I'm glad.
Oh my God,
somebody
he was
knows.
Newt Gunray. No, he wasn't Newt
Bub-
Gunray. You
Big
mean
Boss.
the-
The Gungan King.
yeah, Boss Nass.
Boss
Boss
Nass.
Nass.
That's the one.
He was Boss Nass.
Completely in
I'm
character.
redundant.
Getting ready for the Phantom Menace 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
They
The
never
Phantom
actually
Menace.
announced it, but we all know it's coming.
Bob Nass Boogaloo. Boss Nass.
It's Bob Nass, mother.
It's Bob Nass.
So when I think Brian Blessed,
Bob Nass,
what
ass.
kind of animals
blast.
are we identifying with him?
From the past. Because it's a galaxy a long time ago.
Bob
Sing it.
Nass, Boss Nass's ass blasts from the pasts.
Yes.
Brian Blessed probably indicates that I am an ostrich. However,
This man has.
I think there's more to it than that.
This man is quite the. He's gone on a lot of expeditions, and
It's
is
true.
He's also boxed the Dalai Lama.
Yeah. And
I
you wanna
don't
know
want to
one
believe
thing
that.
He hasn't seen in his entire
Please don't convince me.
lifespan? A fucking Heffalump! Jesus Christ! I hate it. Jesus, they don't exist. It's ridiculous.
So I think-
it's a metaphor. God.
Well, I think
sorry,
in
guys.
this
We should
universe,
really
the
get through
Heffalump
this.
has probably become the kind of Immortant Joe of the world. You know, he
Yes.
controls the water supply and what little's left of it.
Mhm.
He's and Brian Blessed and you, blank character,
Yeah.
are on a quest to save what little there is left of the world from the clutches of this despot.
I think what we
Heffalump.
have: defend the world with your long neck, ostrich. Defend the world with your long legs, daddy long legs. Defend the world with your long arms, orangutan.
Or defend the world with all three, giraffe.
I think
There
Simple.
we go.
There we go.
What do you defend the world with?
What do you defend the world with? Neck, legs, arms, and
All of the
Everyone.
above.
God damn it.
Geralt the giraffe.
Geralt of Giraffia.
Yeah. Whilst this is all
Hey,
being
man.
said, guys, just want you guys to know something. You know, sometimes in the podcast we like to poke fun. We like to have a little bit of fun amongst us. We're just a couple of boys just having a little bit of a laugh. And you know, I don't think you guys should worry if anything you saw here upset you in any way. Such as
There is-
Tigger bursting out of Winnie the Pooh's stomach, you know. Just want you to know that everyone's
Yeah,
friends here.
I'm not happy with
You
that.
know, we're all
There is
cool
an action line
guys.
below. If anything that did
There's no
anything in
actual-
the
yeah.
podcast did offend you or upset you in any way, it's for you to
Yeah,
call
you know, guys. I
and
think
talk to someone.
sometimes between the fun and games, it's important to remember that everyone's a human being. And yeah, no one might be watching this podcast, but if somebody is watching this podcast, you need to remember this.
I hope you feel better for knowing
Is that
this.
it's okay to do these kinds of things, but only when you know your friends are comfortable with it. And if your friends
Remember,
aren't
when the
comfortable
fun
with
stops, stop.
it, I couldn't put it any better myself. You know, guys, we like to have a couple of games here and there, but you know, at the end of the day, you don't
Piracy
want to,
is a crime.
Piracy is a crime. You don't want to dissuade your friends.
I feel
Just-
like
You
we're,
wouldn't steal a
we're
car.
providing evidence to Chris's point, but also slightly detracting from Chris's point.
Exactly. I can say what I
Well,
want
I'm
to
glad
do
it's that way
about,
round.
you know, calming everything down and, you know, really interlooking. And I think sometimes a little bit of comedic levity from the boys is what you need to get through these tough times.
We're
These
able to
uncertain
get away with
times.
some of the things that we say to each other because we're all friends. And it's
Yeah.
just...
I could
yeah.
say
When
that
things stop
if
getting
I was
funny,
there right now,
when
I'd
people
crack
genuinely start
open
getting upset,
Matt's head
that's
and
what you
I'd
need
eat
to
his
hype.
brain with an ice cream scoop. And it's fine to say that because
go
we're
right
friends.
ahead because
Go
we're
right
friends.
ahead.
Be my
There's
guest.
nothing wrong.
I trust you.
If I wanted to say that I want to get a baseball bat and break open Jacko W's body because I was really in the mood to eat some ribs, that's okay because we all understand that's just a little bit of fun and games and we don't actually want to eat each other's ribs unless you were all consenting adults about it, in which case, you know, to each their own. But outside of that point, it doesn't matter because we all know this is all for fun and games. And the other thing we know is that the Heffalump is not canon. And I think overall we can kind of agree on this point. So, how have you been getting on with writing down all of these animals?
Alright, we've got Greg the giraffe paladin.
Greg, giraffe,
I need help on the extra characters. Alright, so the long arms man. What
Long
class
arms
do we think this guy? It's an orangutan.
It's an
that's
orangutan.
gotta be-
When I think long arms, I think an archer
His name's Oscar.
with a short bow.
Actually, no. Her name is Olivia. I feel like we haven't had enough feminine presence.
Yeah.
Olivia, the charlatan.
A libertine.
archer.
I like that. That would be a good class. The
Yeah.
charlatan.
The charlatan. Like it. Olivia is, you know, quite a cheeky name, a little bit of mischief going on.
Yeah,
there.
she's cheeky, she's fun, she vibes with Brian Blessed.
Yeah.
She has a lot of fun.
They
have a lot of
fuck.
fun
It's a
together.
casual.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Hey,
all right.
We're
didn't
all
go
adults
there.
here.
You
We
said
can
it,
talk about the
not me.
sex. Yeah, the
She's a
algorithm
charlatan.
might completely cut off this video.
The
if we talk
algorithm
about
might
it,
torpedo
but
us
you know
for
what?
life, but
We're consenting adults here, and
that's what's
no
important.
children can watch our videos if nobody watches our videos or TikTok, so it's all good.
Hey, look, it says not for kids, so
Says not for kids.
we're covered as far as I'm
Says
concerned.
not for adults over the age of 65.
Long
So
legs.
it's got everything covered.
It's Daddy, the daddy long legs.
Daddy,
Big Daddy.
daddy long legs.
Big Daddy,
Big daddy,
comma,
long legs.
the daddy long legs. Man, seeing that written down, that's a bizarre name, huh?
Big
Yeah.
Daddy, the Daddy Long Legs.
Comma, second comma, what is he? What class?
Monk.
Ranger? Monk.
Yeah, with all those legs, all that
Ooh.
kicking, you know how it goes. Little
Gotcha,
bit
the
of
monk.
this, a little bit of that. It's all good.
Yeah, yet another monk for the Brian Blessed to kick the
A
shit
little
out
bit
of.
more
Okay,
monk.
loving it.
And I think the giraffe's definitely
A little bit of Monica on my
a little
right.
bit of Monica in my life.
Is this what the
A little
giraffe's
bit of
called? Monica.
in my life.
No, giraffe. Greg the giraffe
Greg
paladin.
The giraffe
Monica
paladin.
in
So what
my
have we got
life.
here? What's left?
The neck.
The neck. So the ostrich.
Ostrich. Also has long legs.
Oh,
Not in this universe.
Sandra the
Stubby
ostrich.
little legs.
squat
Claret.
little ostrich with a very long neck. That's a speedy boy. That's
It's like a sausage dog ostrich, you know. It's got like 100 legs though. It's like a little ostrich centipede.
Like those in filmmaking would say, I've used the entirety of my frame in this episode of the podcast. I've used full maximum capacity of what the camera
It's going to
provides
be
me.
impossible to clip this podcast for TikTok. It's going to be
There's
impossible.
plenty of clips that I think you could take.
There's
out of this.
plenty.
I know, but Chris's
gonna be a-
dynamism is going to make this very tricky
Exactly.
because he just don't stop moving around.
Didn't stop
Maybe
moving.
you just let
I
him
was
go
here and
ham
there.
in the
I
TikTok.
was everywhere, all around the place.
Okay.
Does this
What
make-
was the name of this idiot?
What's the name
Oolong.
of this idiot?
Oolong. loving it.
Oolong the cleric. Ostrich.
Oolong.
Ostrich cleric.
The ostrich
The centipede
cleric.
ostrich.
The centipede ostrich cleric. Wow,
I
guys.
don't even care that that's not how you spell ostrich.
You know what? I feel like a major weight has been lifted off my chest. I think this is exactly what I needed. From these two boys to help me through a difficult time for the AA Milne Foundation. And I think the only thing I can do to thank you both is to allow you to advertise your things. The pot. What would you like to advertise in this episode?
A SoundCloud.
It's got a SoundCloud. Do you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? You can get one of your headphones and listen in to some of the groovy tracks that you see in the beginning of this episode or some of the other episodes.
Hopefully I'll have one for this one. I might not have one for the last one because, like I said before, Jingle Cats is kind of taking up some time.
It's a tough one. And they won't know what this means,
Yeah.
but that's
They
fine.
won't
And
know
in
what it means,
addition,
but they will know once it comes
we
out.
have
Also, there's a link
Check
in,
out.
but anyway.
Hey man, I'm me, and you know that. And what that means is that you know that every Wednesday, but not all of them, but every Wednesday, half of every Wednesdays, there is
This one.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Not this one.
Not this one, but the other
Not
half
this one.
of the Wednesdays. Not half of each. I'm not making this clear. Sometimes half of the Wednesday is Dungeons and Dragons, and sometimes it isn't. And I trust you to figure it out.
And even if you
Also,
don't, you can watch
I
it.
play card games terribly with a friend of ours, and it's not on this channel. I cannot reiterate that enough. Not on this channel. It's on my channel because it's only me, except it's a lot of the time it's these two, but they're not meant to be there. I just can't stop them.
yeah.
And
I mean,
My name's
Nothing
we
else.
should really
my name's
crack on
Astral
our
Fisher,
own
and
card
I have a
game
Twitch called
thing.
Astral Fisher. Brilliant.
he has a Twitch. I have Twitch. Twitch is Twitch. Twitchy Twitch. Which
Yeah.
Twitch? Twitch.
So,
Maybe in the new year I can get a Twitch.
Get a Twitch, you bitch.
if you would like to follow the flow chart that we've made in today's episode, check the link in the description box down below, and maybe you can
might be there, you
find
never
out
know.
what the fuck you are. I don't know.
Post in the comments. Type them.
Post in the comments what you are. We'll never read them. So, anyway, thank you very much for listening.
Indeed.
Fucking demolish that like button, you little bitches. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye.